So, observation. You start here, your partner's the opposite side of you. You move, you cut to the head, or you cut to the wrist, and it comes to an end. Okay? So, the first part of the practice we cut to the wrist. Or we cut to the head, to the side of the head, the yokomen. This cut is still the same. I don't angle it. I just move my body to a different angle. So my cuts are straight. If I move to the side, some teachers they bring it off the side of the head and they cut like this. To me, this is incorrect. I've never seen my sensei teach us this. So here is straight. Part of the practice, cut to the wrist. So, cut to the wrist. Or cut to the head, the temple. So this is the observation part now. Today I put my black belt on, and it's for a purpose. The purpose is, by the time you've arrived at Shodan, your first black belt, you should have been serious enough to want to study more in depth the art of Aikido. And not just think that you're somebody from one of those Marvel films, that you're somebody, a comic strip of a super person with superpowers. Okay, you should have perhaps enjoyed those egotistic moments, and many people, they never lose it. It doesn't matter how many downgrades they get. But the observation that I've seen, and I want you to observe others as well as yourself doing this, because by the time you get a black belt, you should have learnt the word Zanshin. Zanshin doesn't mean just fanatical awareness, but it means awareness. You look up, down, out. So even though I'm looking at the camera, I'm seeing my certificates over here, I'm seeing the items on the shelf over there, the grass outside because the door's open, I'm seeing some plants move in the wind outside behind the camera. So I'm observing all this. This is Zanshin, awareness. Perhaps you'll hear sounds as well. Awareness, Zanshin. And what I observe when I'm watching partner practices of downgrades of all levels is this. We'll start with the first partner practice. That looked all okay. I took my Zanshin, if you like, I prepared myself, I calmed down, I stayed there. Some people have bad Zanshin, is in a hurry to just do them like a sausage factory again. Sensei would say this is 0 plus 0. In other words, it's worthless. It adds up to nothing. So your Zanshin, your awareness, is to be aware of everything in a calm state. In a calm state. Then I watch this. I'll do it from a different angle. You're with your partner, you're both focused. They cut, you cut to their wrist. To the head. notice anything? What have you noticed? Have you been observing? Hey! Hey! Have you been observing? For the moment you enter the dojo, well, and eventually outside as well in every daily life. But if you were observing, I had my zanshin when I started. It's like a switch. I switched it on. I done the cut. I kept the zanshin. Calmed down. Wasn't in a rush to get back. But then what did I do? I done this, and I casually sort of went back to the start, and then I went there. Now this is like the worst thing that you'll ever see. Perhaps for beginners up to green belt, possibly into blue, yes, second cue, I would tell them off, but I'm not expecting them to have zanshin. But round about second cue, I'm expecting them to become serious about the art. And if they're not observing their self and seeing that this must not happen, then it destroys to me the whole point of the partner practice. The partner practice starts when you bow to each other, or when you pick up your ken and walk towards the other person really. But it must start when you bow to each other. You draw your swords to each other. They start the cut momentarily after. You step, cut. You then lift the ken and you watch them as they walk back to the spot and you walk back to the spot. If you can see in the camera, I've turned my ken slightly. Okay? I don't keep it stiff like this, because if I keep it stiff like this, I feel a little bit what I call wooden. I feel a little bit like a robot. But by doing it just a little twist, so there's a little secret I'm giving you here. Little twist, it tends to soften me, but only in enough that I can react really fast. Okay? You stay stiff, it's difficult to react fast without it being like in jerk type movements. So, you have your partner, you've got your zanshin. Let's pretend from the beginning. So, you keep your eyes on your partner. I always look in this area around the chest. Keep your eyes on your partner. Take out the ken. 5 centimetres between their ken and your ken minimum, so they don't tap. You cut, you raise, you soften this little bit, and you walk back. If it's here, to the head, you just lower it a little bit, and walk back. So always keeping it in line with the sternum to where you're going to start. So I'm here. I cut, even if it's to the head. I lower. And I keep watching them. The feeling is I'm extending, even though I'm not showing it, I'm extending through my ken, my thoughts, projecting my ken. Then I straighten it up. I lift it up, soften it, walk back, then straighten the ken again. Finish, you bow, looking again at them, not the floor, and then you finish. Okay, to me this is a very important observation, and I hope it helps you in your development. Thank you.